course, like every good project, things have exposed another problem. So I need to fill this dirt in up here so that the brakes are at least above the line there. I don't want water sitting there. It fucks up, it freezes and it messes up the foundation. I had that problem over here. You can't really see it, but about 3 inches down, the water froze in the corner and actually broke off part of the block. So probably not at a great risk here, but you definitely see there's a dip here. So just gonna have to pull those up, slap some down, and bricks look in great shape. Of course, I've been covered by this for the past 6 years. These I put in around 2012, no, 16, when I cut down that tree, this half of the tree, and a whole bunch of other trees. Then I split a bunch of wood. I still have humongous piles, but yeah, we need to get this stuff down there a little bit. Well, I got so inspired, I decided to weed whack the weeds and made a mess everywhere, but hell, I'll wash right off. I think I hit it. Maybe I did. No. Anyhow, that's done. Thinking about putting a tarp over that, kind of dry out a little bit. One issue I did have, a lot of my logs weren't wide enough, so I just selectively picked the longer logs to line the outside, but yeah, it'll work. Looks a little less ghetto. That's a whole nother level of gabble. There's about 4,000, maybe 5,000 worms in there. Definitely got a fix on that. Figure that out. Get away from me. So this is where I'm a little confused, because I put a piece of metal in here, but apparently the water is going up there and coming through. I don't know. So part of the problem is that this tilts this way, and it should tilt this way or not tilt at all. So I've been having some thoughts about removing the tin and shortening these and bringing this down about 1/2 inch. That would help, because there is overhang, so the water hits here and then it flows there. So really, functionally, unfortunately, it's got to hit here to get deflected. If it's anywhere up above, it doesn't deflect properly. So that's new. In theory, I need to pull that board off completely, put aluminum all the way up there, and get it all to come down that way. So I need to do that soon, because it actually gets wet behind there. The paper has failed. Then I'll clean that green shit off. But, okay, well, today's fun. I put these pieces in here. These are to make up for the fact that this is more than 48 inches, so the sheet's gonna fall somewhere around here. Just gives me something to attach at the top and ties these into each other. Now the next thing, which I figured I'd do now, which is a lot easier, I think, is to dig this out. So basically, groundhogs get underneath there. Well, they can't get around there. There's a cement block right down there. So I'm putting these old clay tiles in here, but I'm digging them. So basically, the sheeting's gonna come out 5/8 of an inch, about to here, and then the siding will come down. So basically, it will cover that gap. I want something in there they're not going to easily dig out. Can they dig this out? Sure, but frankly, they'd rather live across the street. Right over there is where they normally live. So yeah, this is not a lot of fun, but it's easy to do this now before the ground's frozen. My goal, at the very least, is to get these two sheathed and sided. I haven't decided what I'm going to do there, but this is, I think, 8 feet. I hope it's less than 8 feet from there to there. What I'm probably going to do here is just skin this with some thin polyurethane plastic wood. Still got to take this out, but yeah, I got pressure treated plywood for down there, and then I'll just run regular plywood here, and then I'm going to put the wrap up, and then I'm going to have hardy board on top of it, so it's not going to degrade. And frankly, the wood's going to degrade before the siding does, so that's all good. So hopefully today I can find another couple tiles with that look in the front. These are ceramic, they're not concrete. Those two just have smooth. I don't care about down there. I just wanted a couple nice ones here, so we're going to grab another one. And once we get to there, now I don't know what we're going to do here, because I'm going to have to be careful. There's a support piece right there. So and there's another one there. That one's in. I put the other side in like this, but the other side didn't have any support in the middle, so I didn't really have to worry about that too much. But hopefully this will keep the groundhog. When I'm all done, I'll come back and fill this in. Probably gonna level it a little more so water flows. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. Apparently, one cat has discovered the cat treats. Is just pigging out on them. One 29-pound cat. So I need some face pieces, just face. I'm gonna dig them down in the slot and not disturb the earth where the post supports are. So I've drawn some lines to fix these up, and then I'm gonna cut along the sides and just the face. Still, this one's pretty thick, so I got this side cut. I'm all geared up, you know, gloves, helmet, mask, glasses. No, I got a mask on, that's it. Well, that was perfectly miserable, but I got 7, 6, 12-inch pieces ready to go. Need a little bit of a dust. Kind of hard to tell, but I made a cloud of dust all around. So, inspection should have been cleared. I changed the oil last week, but the check engine light popped on. That doesn't need to be there. So we got the old BMW. I know it's a BMW reader because it says BMW. The ODBC is way over here under 2 connectors. There's a cover, and then there's another little cover back here, which you can't quite see because you can. Anyhow, so yeah, let's read the codes. Well, I'll see what they say today. Ooh, evap. This is kind of what I thought. I told her it was going to be a hose. Evaporative system leak detected. Small leak. Well, that's good. Let's erase the code. Yes, the engine's off, the key's on. And now the read code. Okay. So if we turn the engine off and turn it back on, there's no code there. Still got to clear the inspection though. I even bought a tool to do that, so I'm a little confused. It is running rough, so there's definitely something disconnected. So we're going to do a system test, but I ordered a smoker, so we'll be using that later this week. Okay, well that's not going to work. Data stream. View all items. She's running rough though. Engine temperature is going. She's getting warmer. Oxygen sensor, short-term fluid. I don't know what that is. So yeah, we gotta find the bad hose. At least turn the light off. Today's meat is brought to you by chicken. 1 chicken, 2 chicken, 3 chicken, 4 chicken, 5 chicken, 6 chickens. So let's see how hot our chicken is. Not that hot. Let me get her up. Oh, a lot higher than that. Let's try a smaller piece. There we go. Yeah. Poultry. We are past the poultry points. That one's cooked. These were frozen an hour ago. So, yeah, just slow cook these until it's ready. So even though I've got a $100 smoke detector, basically you shove smoke in here, 15 psi, and it comes out the hole. I decided to start looking, and this should tell you that I found it, or at least I found something that's bad. So if you're looking for a vacuum leak, it's usually going to be around the intake because that's where the vacuum is. So you check like here, and you check here, that's the brake booster, and you check the hoses down there. And then I found this little tiny hose over here. Now this one looks pretty new. She's got the blue stripe. She goes this metal fitting right here. Kind of see how that moves. Then she goes over to here. Well, boys and girls. Now, this car's a 97, so it's older than 97. Almost 2 of my daughters, definitely 1. Olivia was 1 when this car was built. And yeah, look at this. When I squeeze this, see, clean finger, not clean finger, this hose is coming apart. So this is an evaporative system. So basically there's vacuum being pulled, and it hits this valve here, which goes over to here, goes in, I don't know where she goes. She goes up into here, and then she, gonna need a light, comes into here, and goes into here, and goes into here. So it's part of the vacuum pump system. So maybe it goes the other way, I don't know. Evaporative, I would have thought the evaporative would be a purge valve like this. So maybe that is it. I don't know, but that hose is definitely not bad. And that's only a little short hose. That's like 6 inches. So we're going to replace that. She may not be the hose we're looking for, but do need to deal with this though. There's a lot of oil down there that you can't really see, but yeah, right there, oil that shouldn't be there. So this is the oil cooler, they call it. I don't know why it hangs out the side, but it's not hard to do. You just got to take a whole bunch of the shit out. So that's a winter job. Well, even when I yanked on her, you can see that it just broke apart. So I'm gonna have to clean the hose off, but focus. Yeah, there we go, focus. Yep. Okay, well, we got the new hose on there. A little long by accident. Nope, that's as far as she goes. I don't know where else there could be a leak, but yeah, that's all that rubber hose. What the hell? That's not right. The computer doesn't boot. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to vacuum it. Set vacuum. It's a little dirty. I don't want to be touching that. The old place, I just take it outside, blow it out, compressed air, but I'm not dragging it all the way out to the shopping mall, scaring little children. Rusty. So I've been fighting this computer for over a week now, and I've been running diagnostics on it for 3 days, but it fails. And I thought I'd at least put it to use holding this door open, but it's not even useful for that. So yeah, today we're already using the Volt. There's that cat again. I think that cat doesn't know where it lives. This shit's been just kicking around since we moved here. So I've got a friend at home who likes the scrap, and that's all. That's 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch steel, 1/8 inch steel. There's just piles of it. So I don't know how much I have here, but then I'm just gonna take those to the Goodwill. They do electronic recycling and just get rid of that. The 2x4s, however, I'm gonna keep. So I got all the way here to work this morning on battery, but it's down to 1 mile. So it'll be interesting. The cutover is just snapping. I don't hear anything. I didn't feel anything last time it happened. These morons are checking for people to make sure teenagers don't come in. You have to be above 14 or be with a parent. It's fucking ridiculous. So this is going to be interesting. So right now it's running off the engine because I ran out of battery. But I got this big hill coming up. And it's going to go for a ways. So we're going 43. We're just going to pop off the gas. Now it's regenerating. So it's actually braking the car. But put the cruise control on. Forcing it to stay around 50. So it's charging the battery. At some point it's actually going to turn the engine off. There you go. Engine's off now. So we're almost at the bottom of the hill. And it's dead bottom. Again, I got it under cruise control. Except for the fact this car's turning in front of me. Well, so still on battery. And somewhere about where that hill starts is where it's going to flip the engine back on. And that to me is the power regenerative braking. run the engine for almost a mile. And now we're going up a hill, still going off battery. Again, on cruise. And now we're on battery. So this is kind of exciting. I never actually ordered an iPhone at launch and had it delivered. I always buy used phones from my friend Rob. I bought 2 new phones, but they were never on the launch. One was for Joe, and one was one that had already been out for a year, but I lost my phone in a plane in Spain, so that was just a replacement one. Okay, this is important, because I'm probably going to drop it this week. Aha! So we got the new 14. What do we got to do here? Why is the dog squeaking? Is that the dog squeaking or what? Well, anyhow, I'm going to go start charging this and start the process. I'm going to do the phone to phone, see how that works. As usually I just do a backup and then restore. But, well, first look, boy, they're not kidding. These things do stick out a lot. Interesting to see with the case how much that addresses that. My current one's doesn't stick out that much. I have no idea if they gave me an electric SIM from Verizon or what kind of SIM they got here. But we'll go ahead and put that on the charge later. Interesting. Well, it's 6:08 a.m. and I'm off to the woods for the weekend. We don't have any really big plans other than to do some work in the 4x4 course, fix the lawnmower so we can cut the grass. It's got some carb issues, water got the carburetor. I got the chainsaw, and I got the new chainsaw I bought at a garage sale, Husqvarna 350. But I got adjusted, she doesn't run it quite right, which is probably a fuel related issue. So I bought the tank. We're gonna get some new fuel for it, because that fuel is probably very old. And yeah, that's a goal. It's funny, I can see better out of the iPhone than I can out of the windshield. The iPhone just has a lot better image enhancement. So we did get our 14 yesterday. It's the first time I bought a new one, and yeah, I like it so far. She's cameras do stick out a lot more. It is really weird watching the phone is better than the road. So, well, I better put down the phone because I'll get in trouble with the cops for having a phone out. I can see better with it. So yeah, it's now light out. The camera makes it clearer than what reality is. It's a little hazy out, but this just removes on it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to put down the phone now. Well, so trying some of the features out here. Whoosh. Oh, that was weird. Got here. It's a little damp out. Got the truck, the van all the way up here. Didn't even get out of Hiram, and I found an organizer on wheels and an Amish type chair that somebody shittily spray painted black that I think I'm gonna take home. Brought two chainsaws, some clothes. Found a pot on the side of the road. Well, just pot. My drill, driver, some screws, saw. I'm gonna build some shelves. All my chainsaw supplies. Brought some shelf angles. Then I stopped at the Walmart and got some, oatmeal, peanut butter, apples. Very important. Missed that. Trail mix, bars, some juices. So yeah, we're gonna be here till tomorrow afternoon. So it's definitely hear the cars, but boy, I need to cuddleate this. I really want to just mow that down. Those 2 tools, we were able to get the carburetor out. Lots of things. This. And she's looking a little worn, so I'm gonna open her up and take a look inside. That needs a little cleaning too. Well, I got some of the driveway mode. The belt popped off again, and it's the belt that drives the individual 3 blades, which is underneath inside the deck. So at the moment we'll put that on pause, but you can see along here, I got this area and then over there. Wanted to pass through the middle, but if I come back later this fall, that would be the time to do it when the leaves are here. As long as you cut the grass here, it dries out quickly, and things, you know, trees don't blow up. 30 years ago, 40 years ago, there were no trees. You can see all the way to the road here. I guess that's what time does. It just grows trees or something. I don't know. It's math. It's complicated, but we're a little confused on these stakes that people surveyor may have left because it's not on their property. Wait, this might be on there. That one over there might be on there, but I mean, he put this there to flag it so he could see it, and he put a stake there, but I think that's the property line. This, you can kind of tell the road goes this way. Our property line goes back all the way to the corner here, and you can kind of see here how it curves out. So that one looks right. And there's another thing on the ground there. So I don't know what he's doing. The guy that owned all this died about 10 years ago, and now like his girlfriend's brother's cousin now owns it. So it's a little weird. We don't quite know. My father's offered to buy some of this property. It'd be nice to own this whole hill. This was logged back in the, I think the 60s or 50s. You can kind of tell there's a logging road right along there that has been not used in a long time. And it's kind of hard to tell, but it's over there. So it'd be kind of neat to have a road up there. But this is quite nice. Of course, the water flow slows down before it comes off the hill. There's some good rocks up there. You can see some big rocks. And some more big rocks. I guess that's from like, well, now you can kind of see the road along there. Kind of, at least I can. Maybe the iPhone 14 is not that good. Just can't find roads. So, yeah. Okay, so anyhow, it just died right at the end of the driveway, almost a mile away. And so we jump-started it with the truck, and it worked fine for a little bit, and then it died again, and we jump-started it again. We had a little battery voltage, which was weird because it had been running and cut all this. So, but then I turned the mower off and came up the hill, and it ran okay, and I turned it on here, and it ran okay, and I came back all the way down here and worked here, and then I was coming back, and I ran over some more stuff, and that's when I broke it. So, I don't know. She just wants to run when she wants to run. But anyhow, I left the 4-wheeler all the way down there, so I'm going to go grab that. That's what I do. I just I move vehicles, whether it's at home in the driveway or here. One of these days, I'm going to be cutting that goddamn thing off because it's going to fall right down here. And you can tell the bark's already coming out, big pieces of bark. And notice they're already out to here, you know, the tree's over there. So that kind of gives you an idea of the wind. There's a big branch right there. Didn't even see that. What are you doing up there, branch? Oh, you're just hanging out. That's cool. So I'm just gonna back away because you're gonna fall and you're in an ash tree that's probably gonna die. So yeah, there'll be look forward to the future video of me trying to cut that into small pieces and moving it. That only looks like about 3 feet across. That shouldn't be too bad. Yeah. So this time I'm gonna hit go. We're making our own path here. But that tree, this tree, that tree, that tree, that tree. These are sycamores, shaggy bark sycamores. Olivia and I planted these about 10 years ago. That's a hawthorn bush, that's evil. So yeah, this is kind of cool. But grass is definitely tall. And it's right there. These steps to fixing the mower. Pull these pins of torture out, the 4, lower the deck, pick up the rear end of the mower, drive it over the deck, then flip it around and notice the 2 issues that we see. One, which really stumped me a little bit, was the fact that the blade spun. That one spun, the other 2 didn't, but I couldn't reach that, and that's why she stopped. But yeah, So all we gotta do is tighten that up, take that stick out, flip it over, pick this back up, put it around over there, and yeah, hook her up. 5 easy steps. I've been asked to make this tree come down, albeit not on the shed. I'm gonna try and go that way, but she's leaning this way, so I'm gonna aim for this way and hope it gets this way and hope it doesn't hit that way. So this will be fun. So it's down. Only from the grace of me shoving it and it bouncing off that tree over there did it actually manage to just come within centimeters of said shed, which by the way needs some work on it. So this is what this is how the people get hurt. It's still standing. It's barely angled the right way, but yeah, that way please. Not sure how to, I'll just put a ladder up. No, not a ladder. Well, so yeah, I don't want it to fall back. See, this is bad. I want it to go that way. I'm gonna think on this a little bit. As suspected, the tree fell backwards, still didn't hit the shed, which is a miracle. I think we're safe now. I think it's on the ground. That was fucked up. The goal is to put this underneath there because that one was not complete. So fortunately ran into a little fun. It added what we believe is a snowmobile plow attachment underneath there, so that had to come off with some U-bolts. The U-bolts have been squished together, so I had to make them into U's again. So we had to go into town to get a 6x1mm tap because these bolt holes are kind of cruddy. So I cleaned up those two, and this one's cleaned out. And then I gotta find a stick and poke that. But fortunately, the light just got really bright here, so we're good. We're in the back checking the well. There's a break in the line about 400 feet that way. But in the meantime, she's a biggins. I don't know what her name is. She's tall. It's a big one. Yeah. There's some little ones down there. I've had some big trees fall over the last few years. They logged this in the 70s, 60s. There are very few big trees like that left. This one that looks like it's dying. So.
Hickory nuts. It's not fall, never get that big.
So you don't think the squirrels can get up there? Odd looking rock formation. Not to be confused with dead tree. We're going that way. Try this one-handed. So, yep, we got them in. So we got wood storage. We found a mouse. Mouse didn't want to leave. It went the other direction than the broom. Then you got storage, and you got some tool storage. There will be a workshop there someday. But, and there's lightage. You too can have lightage. Lots of lightage. That's only half the lightage. So this is a successful weekend. The weather was good. It wasn't too hot, too cold. It was a little chilly last night, but it was night. That doesn't do anything. So my goals was to get the plastic on the four-wheeler and get the lawnmower running, which it was, and then I broke it, then it was, then I broke it. Get the driveway mowed, which driveway mowed. So you can see the driveway's nicely mowed. Would have liked to gone over here, but I don't like to fall into the hole. So those are the big things. Also put the tool storage up as shown. We looked at the spring tree fell on top of the cover. It keeps the bad things out. And so that needs to be worked on, but I think it was successful. We did have to make one emergency trip to Lowe's to get a tap to clean out the threads on the bolts that were not in use by the previous owner on the ATV, so we could put the cover on, and that was done. So yeah, and I didn't lose my glasses. So that's a, you know, I've lost 4 pair of glasses over the last 3 years, so that's actually a milestone. This is very dry over here. Springtime, you'll hear water rushing through here because all the water comes up from up there. Did get a hike back in the woods. That was kind of fun. So time to get on the road. Maybe get some taco smells in Marietta. Love me some taco smells. Put this out. Right around here is the end of the red dog. So you can kind of look like over here, there's some red type stones, and you can kind of see along it keeps going on. So in the 70s, after my father had this road built, which is 25 feet and half a mile for the distance, or a mile, he had somebody come by with a dump truck and dump what's called red dog, which is clay tailings from the strip mining that was doing about a mile that way. And it's pretty durable stuff. So all the driveways coated up till that point, and then it's kind of ironic. Most of our problems are either coming up the hill where, you know, you got 40-year-old tailings and dirt on top of it. But things stayed fairly straight here, unlike the other sections. The area is like this. Then all of a sudden, this comes out. This. Clearcutting. Yeah, the kind of shit you read about. The whole area just decimated. This is all wooded. Like that. Really, really ugly. I don't quite understand it, because why did you have to take all the trees? It was so bad I didn't even notice this. There used to be a bunch of trailer parks down here.